Dear worthy friends, good day to all of you. In this video we will learn how important to track your anxiety to treat is. Self-awareness is something we will work on throughout treatment process of anxiety, since it is the foundation for managing difficult emotions and thoughts. One important way to manage anxiety is to start observing when and how it is triggered. Here's how. First off, start keeping a running list. Here you need to try to make note of when you feel anxious and what happened right before or during. It doesn't have to be complicated. List the day, time, and what was going on. For example, you can write, Tuesday, play rehearsal, heart racing. Then, pick a time of day to do your tracking. If you're worried that you'll be making notes all day long, you can do this or track consistently for a day or two to give yourself a feel for a day in the life. You can write in code or shorthand. This is helpful if you worry about other people seeing what you're writing. You can fill it in for yourself later when you're in private. Look for patterns. Writing things down will let you see patterns like times of day, events, or people involved, all details that help you identify triggers. If you notice that you're always anxious right before lunch, then boom, we found a trigger. The next step is try to begin ranking how anxious you are on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 is the most anxious you've ever been, and 0 is the calmest. Just be aware that 10 is the ceiling, there's nothing higher than that. If you tell me you're afraid of heights, and that standing on the second floor of school was a 10, I'm going to ask, okay, well, what about the 5th floor? Is that the same? If the answer is no, that's a higher 10, then maybe the second floor was more like an 8. This is absolutely not an exact science, but it'll give you a sense of how you experience anxiety in different situations. Monitor your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Start breaking down those emotions. This is a helpful way to begin understanding how you experience those 3 parts of the CBT model of anxiety. To begin, pick an event that happened recently that made you feel anxious. Ask yourself the following questions. What was I thinking when that situation happened? What was my physical reaction? What did I do? These questions seem easy, but don't be surprised if this is harder than you thought. It's a new way of thinking about anxiety, so it's common to struggle with pinpointing what you were thinking or feeling in any given moment or situation. It might be helpful to map things out as follows. Situation means, I got anxious in math class on Wednesday when the teacher assigned hard homework. Thoughts means, I won't be able to get any of it right and I'll fail, or my friends will think I'm stupid if I ask them for help. Physical sensation means my muscles tensed up. And behavior means, I procrastinated until the last minute and then rushed to finish. Getting in the habit of thinking about your triggers, thoughts, physical sensations, and behaviors will help you be more aware of them. More awareness equals more opportunity to make a dent in that anxiety. This is a good exercise to do once a week or so. Over time, you'll notice it gets easier to break down your emotions and experiences in this way. Short and long-term consequences. Once you're tracking your thoughts, sensations, and behaviors, you can start reflecting on why you act the way you do. Let's take the example of procrastinating on math homework. What are the short-term benefits of this behavior? Pushing off my math homework means I don't have to do it right now, which is great for me in the moment. I can watch Netflix all night. On the other hand, what are the long-term consequences of procrastination? Well, since I pushed it off till the last minute, I had to rush to finish my homework. I made more errors than I would have with more time, which only reinforced my belief that I wouldn't be able to get any of it right. I didn't get the practice I needed to do well in math. What if I reversed the example and buckled down and did my math homework even though I felt anxious about it? Then the consequences would be switched around: short-term consequences and long-term consequences. Short-term consequences means, I'm stressed out all night and worry that I'm doing the homework all wrong. I keep having to erase and double-check my answers. And long-term consequences means, I turned my homework in on time and actually made fewer mistakes than if I'd rushed. I feel really proud of myself for pushing through the anxiety and getting it done. Sometimes we get so stuck in anxiety that it feels like quicksand. We try desperately to escape it, and just end up getting even more stuck. By trying to avoid difficulties, we often create situations that only lead to more distress. That's how we get caught up in anxiety spirals. Taking time to think about the immediate and long-term consequences of avoidant behavior can help you recognize when and how your anxiety causes problems. In this way, you can come up with a plan for getting yourself unstuck. Visualize the new you. What would your life look like if there was a magic button that you could press and make your anxiety disappear? Visualization is a way to imagine how you might be different if you approached life's challenges differently. To do this method, you have to find a comfortable spot and take around 15 minutes of your day, and start to do the following. Imagine yourself without anxiety. What changes might other people notice in your mood or demeanor? Would you stop avoiding the cafeteria? Could you be in a room with a spider without freaking out? How would your relationships be different? Study habits. Social and extracurricular activities. Be as specific as you can by putting yourself in past or future situations. In a journal or notebook, write down this different version of yourself. Now, think about your motivation. Take a few minutes to reflect on why you want to change. Write these reasons down in your journal. You can always revisit this list if things get tough and you feel you need a reminder. If you do all those following already, now think about the things that are getting in the way of making positive changes. Maybe you don't know where to start. If it's so, then watching this channel is a good place thought. Or maybe it seems too hard, or maybe it's the time commitment. Last step you have to do to track your anxiety is, write these obstacles down in your journal. If you're honest with yourself about what's getting in the way, you can begin applying problem-solving skills to those roadblocks. This is the only way to move closer to the new version of yourself that you've visualized. Okay, my worthy friends. I hope this video can help you throughout your treatment process of anxiety. Please be kindly, like and subscribe this channel to support us, write a comment. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video.